Today in Madden 26, I am taking all 32 NFL teams and putting them into one tournament, which means every single NFL team is once again eligible to win the Super Bowl. From some of the worst teams this season, like the Tennessee Titans and New Orleans Saints, to some of the best teams this season, like the New England Patriots and Los Angeles Rams. I have randomized the seeds for the 16 teams in the AFC and the 16 teams in the NFC to make it a full, clean slate. Let's see who walks away with the Lombardi Trophy. The only impact that the real-life standings are going to have on this video is when determining home field for a game. For example, our first matchup is the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Whichever team has a better record in real life is going to get home field. That would be the Colts, and this is recorded before the Thanksgiving games, so all the standings are going to be at that point. And now that that's out of the way, let's get started with round number 1, which is going to be a lightning round. And our first matchup is an upset victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars, going on the road, beating the Colts 22-7. And we have back-to-back upsets. Two of the top 3 AFC teams in the league this year are out in round 1 as the Raiders go on the road to Denver to beat their AFC West opponents 26-23. We have our first team that defends home field as the Buffalo Bills beat the Miami Dolphins 15-10. A healthy CJ Stroud returns to Houston, and the Texans beat one of the worst teams in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans, 17-10. What an upset in Kansas City! It is the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders winning it 10-7 over the Chiefs. The Baltimore Ravens have been on a hot streak in real life, and that continues here in the first round of the tournament as they beat the Chargers 31-14. A returning Joe Burrow from injury helps beat the 1 seed. The New England Patriots in real life are going home in round 1. That's unreal. To finish the AFC side of the bracket in round number 1, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers headed to round 2, winning it 17-14 over the Jets. In a big matchup between 2 8-3 teams at the time of recording this video, the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, are able to narrowly knock out the Chicago Bears 13-7. Looks like the upsets are going to continue in this tournament. The Giants, that are out of playoff contention in real life, knock out the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Carolina Panthers, that are 6-6 on the season when I'm recording this video, almost in playoff contention, will move on to round 2 as they take out the Minnesota Vikings in a 7-3 snooze fest. The New Orleans Saints are able to go on the road and beat the Washington Commanders without Jaden Daniels. The Saints will move on. The Detroit Lions easily take care of the Atlanta Falcons 17-3. The Seattle Seahawks, who are having a great season, take out the Green Bay Packers in a heavily contested NFC matchup. The Arizona Cardinals go on the road to San Francisco, led by Jacoby Brissett, and beat the 49ers 13-10. The 1 seed Rams in the real NFL barely make it out of a matchup with the Cowboys 7-6 as we end off round 1. What a round 1 that was, with so many upsets. I am very curious to see what happens in round number 2. So here's a look at our overall bracket as we are now going to jump in live on the field for some actual gameplay late in these games. And we will begin with the Raiders taking on the Jaguars. And right off the bat, to kick off round number 2, we have the perfect matchup to jump into because it's 13-10 in favor of the Jacksonville Jaguars as they are trying to drain the rest of this clock. If the Raiders can get them off the field, they have enough timeouts to get the ball back to possibly force overtime or even take the lead with a touchdown. And on the ground, Travis Etienne just got leveled. Now, I do want to apologize if you hear a slight echo with the mic today. That is because I recently moved into a new setup, so I'm trying to fix the setup where we won't have many echoes as Trevor Lawrence just completes a first down and the Raiders are out of timeouts. Did they get the 2-minute warning stoppage on that play? I don't think they did. I think the 2-minute warning's already been used. And if that is the case, no, they actually still have one more timeout. So it's not quite yet victory formation, but it's very, very close. But in my new setup, the room is a little echoey right now. Trevor Lawrence comes out throwing for some reason. Not sure why. That just gave the Raiders a free first down. So I do apologize if it's a bit echoey right now. I'm trying to figure that out. Hopefully by next week's videos, there will be no more echo if there is one right now. But Trevor Lawrence, after throwing the ball, is able to pick up the first down, and now it's victory formation Jaguars. So our first team punching their ticket to the Elite Eight will be the Jacksonville Jaguars, winning it 13-10. Next up is a rematch between the Texans and Bills. The Texans defense destroyed the Bills offense in this game just last Thursday night, but this time around it's James Cook getting to the 30-yard line. And if the Bills are able to pick up a couple of first downs, this game will be victory formation, but they also were in field goal range, which can make it a 2-score game and end it that way as well. I'd say one more first down is pretty much going to do it. The Texans would be out of timeouts. It wouldn't be victory formation. Like I said, they do have the 2-minute warning stoppage and a few extra seconds before they get to the 2-minute warning, but they'd pretty much be in field goal range, which they already are, the Bills. It's a 42-yarder from here. A first down makes it even easier. And Josh Allen completes the pass. That's going to be Joshua Palmer. I think this game's over. And it is a final score of 21-7. The Bills get their revenge over the Texans from the regular season, and they'll move on to the Elite Eight. Next up, we have an AFC North matchup between the Browns and Ravens. We are about to find out how much of a clutch gene Shedeur Sanders has, because it's 13-3. The Browns offense only scored 3 points. They're down by 10, just got out of the 2-minute warning. One more timeout for the Browns. David Njoku's going to catch it past the 30. Should they go for like a field goal here and then try to get the ball back on an onside kick and save the timeout? Doesn't look like they're going to do that. It's 1st and 10 from the 28. Jerry Jeudy going to get another first down. The Browns are going to have to recover an onside kick, but first they got to get a field goal or a touchdown. They are moving the ball pretty well on this drive, but it might be too little too late. Let's see, Shedeur, can you get in the end zone? They beat the Chiefs in round 1. Could they take out the Ravens in round 2? Shedeur Sanders going to run down at the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal. But 1 minute and 27 seconds to go. Sanders wide open in the end zone. Jerry Jeudy doesn't see him, but Shedeur Sanders runs it in for the score. And we are going to see if they can recover the onside. Let's see it. Moment of truth right here. That's a nice onside kick, and DeAndre Hopkins is able to recover it for the Ravens. I thought it was going to bounce off the 2 Ravens, maybe give the Browns a chance, but D-Hop just called game. Which means the Baltimore Ravens have punched their ticket to the Elite Eight. We'll see them again. And our final AFC matchup of round 2 is the Bengals versus the Steelers. Well, welcome back, Joe Burrow. 3rd and 10 complete. First down, Yoshi Voss to the 23-yard line of the Steelers. They have been shut out the entire game. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. The bottom of this AFC bracket turned into the AFC North bracket. Who will we see versus the Ravens? Will it be the Steelers or the Bengals taking Chase Brown out of the backfield? Going to lose 2 yards. It's obviously 4-down territory. Well, they do have 3 timeouts, but I'd say 4-down territory. You need a touchdown. Teams don't really go for a field goal and then a field goal again anymore. There's Andre Yoshivas, though, as he's to the 3-yard line. Forget about Chase. Forget about T. Higgins. Go to Yoshivas. Joe Burrow trying to conduct the drive to take the lead late in this game. Chase Brown gets the call, tackled by Hayward, though, and TJ Watt. Bengals smartly, though, going to drain some of this clock because they figure they don't want to give the Steelers any time if they get the touchdown, but they got to get in the end zone first, and they are losing yardage. They start at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Another 3rd and goal from the 6. About 43 seconds to go. It's all or nothing here for the Bengals. Burrow alone in the end zone. Yoshivas again. Touchdown, Cincinnati. We flip over to Aaron Rodgers with now only 34 seconds, but only needing a field goal. Has 3 timeouts. He's going to take his receiver close to the 40-yard line. Rodgers, 171 yards passing, 0 picks, 0 touchdowns. They have not scored a touchdown in this game, just 2 field goals. Can they get the field goal unit on one more time to take the lead and send themselves to the Elite Eight? That's going to be caught by Wilson to the 43-yard line of the Bengals. 19 seconds to go, almost in field goal range. I say they're at a point where they can try, and that's going to get them a lot of yards. Calvin Austin just got them to the 28-yard line, and now it should be a 45-yard attempt for Boswell. But they left the Bengals some time, actually. Wouldn't be much time after the kick, probably about 10 seconds. But with 1 timeout, Burrow might get a crack to get them into field goal range again for the Bengals. The Steelers should have drained some more of this clock. But let's see. They got to make the kick first. If the kick is no good, the Bengals will 100% move on. This game is over to the Elite Eight. Snap is good. Hold is good. It's blocked, though! kick is blocked by the Bengals, and the Bengals will move on to the Elite Eight off a blocked field goal. What an ending. The Bengals move on 7-6. Let's flip over to the NFC side of the bracket where we have the Giants visiting the Eagles. Well, there was absolutely no reason to jump into our first matchup of round 2 in the NFC side of the bracket. The Eagles just destroyed my Giants 27-0. That's horrible. Which brings us to the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Here in Carolina, the 6-6 Panthers at the time of recording this video have a chance to punch their ticket to the Elite Eight. I believe they're just out of the playoffs if they started today, but they can make the Elite Eight right here if they can drain the clock on the New Orleans Saints. They are up by 7 at home. How about them Panthers? I bet you a lot of people didn't think they'd even be 6-6 at the beginning of this season. They got to get a first down right now, though. Do not go home to the Saints when you have a chance to put them away, and there's a first. Tommy Tremble made the catch right there. Saints with one more timeout, the 2-minute warning, and maybe some extra seconds to make the Panthers snap one extra play above the 2-minute warning. So they're out of timeouts right now. It's 2nd and 7. If the Panthers get one more first down, it's pretty much victory formation if they can drain a few more seconds off the clock. Let's see how they play this. Bryce Young will throw. He gets sacked and buried by Chase Young. 3rd and 11. They rolled the dice. Didn't really pay off for them. Now they might as well roll it again. Just don't throw a pick. Take the sack if you need to and punt the ball. Bryce Young. First down ends this game. Bryce Young is buried. What was that? What was that? I got to go to the replay. I haven't seen anything like that before. Let me go to the replay right here. We are going to slow-mo this. Bryce Young. Oh, he barely got his arm forward. I thought it was a fumble out of bounds. We now flip over to the Saints and Tyler Shuck as he's trying to get his team into overtime, or if they go, oh, they get picked. He immediately throws an interception. That one picked off, and the Carolina Panthers defense come up big. It's Mike Jackson on the interception. They were trying to force overtime or go for the win, but a touchdown and 2-point conversion. But the Panthers knock out the Saints. With a final score of 17-10, we'll see the Panthers in our Elite Eight. Our next matchup features the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. The Detroit Lions in Seattle, the Seahawks having a great season this year, are up 7 points. The Lions looking to tie. Jahmyr Gibbs had an explosive game last week. Not sure what he does on Thanksgiving. By the time you're watching this video, you would know what he does on Thanksgiving. Maybe he goes explosive again. Can they get in the end zone and tie this game? And then we'll flip over to Seattle and the leading receiver in the league, Jackson Smith-Njigba, when I'm recording this video, can possibly go ahead and make another amazing play to put them back in front. But right now the Lions need the touchdown, and they get it. Jamison Williams on the corner of the end zone. It's a tie game. Hold on a second. The Lions, I guess, either missed the extra point or went for 2. It was no good, a Jake Bates extra point, and now the Seahawks have a chance to run down the rest of this clock. My mistake for not catching that right away. The Lions got 2 timeouts, 1 first down, and the Seahawks are 1 yard away. This game's pretty much over. Kenneth Walker, though, oh, he breaks a tackle, and he can't quite get to the first down marker. I thought he was going to lose like 3 yards. He was able to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even picked up half a yard. Why in the world are they going empty here? Why are they throwing? Made no sense to target Kenneth Walker through the air. Are the Seahawks about to punt this now? From, I think, 2nd and 1 to punting on 4th and 1. And the Lions now just need a field goal to win this game. And let's see if they can do it. I can't believe the Seahawks did not end the game with a first down. Lions, can they take advantage of the opportunity they've been given? They're going to go on the ground, and Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Gibbs is awesome, but only a minute 20 to go, and you got 1 timeout. Got to go about 50 or so yards to get in field goal range. I don't know if I like that call. But the Lions do what the Lions do. Minute 16 seconds to go. 1 timeout. Jake Bates missed an extra point already. Jamison Williams, though, picks up a nice amount of yards there. And, I thought it was going to be another run. That would have been crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown not able to get away from the defender. We are at 50 seconds to go. 3rd and 5. Not only is the time a factor, also the down and distance. Got to get a first down here. And they're able to do it. Tesla! Isaac Tesla breaks the tackle. Well, he didn't actually break any tackles. Never mind. He just found the open space, and he goes for the touchdown to take the lead. Now going for 2 to make it a full touchdown lead. It is caught by Wright, and the Lions are up 7. I feel bad for Seahawks fans. You guys should have had this game. Needed 1 yard. They passed it, went empty. Now you need a touchdown with only 32 seconds to go. You did have 3 timeouts. Now it's 2. You need Jackson Smith-Njigba right here. The NFL's leading receiver needs to make a play right now for this team, for the Seahawks to have any chance to force overtime. Darnold That's a strike delivered. Cooper Kupp, actually a former Super Bowl MVP. And they are moving the ball past the 50. But with one more timeout in 27 seconds, it is not going to be easy to go all the way here. But if there's a team that can do it, maybe it is the Seahawks with Jackson Smith-Njigba, who hasn't been targeted yet. 2nd and 1 now from the 38-yard line, but now out of timeouts. The time is the factor, but they take a receiver, Rashid Shaheed, I believe, who has a trade deadline acquisition, and he goes out of bounds. So they're at the 30 now. They have a realistic chance to maybe take a shot at the end zone or two. Maybe even pick up like 10 or 15 more yards and get out of bounds. That's going to be Cooper Kupp, and he actually did not get his both feet down. I stand correct. It looked like the booth review reversed the call, and Cooper Kupp got both feet in bounds, picked up 4 yards, and got out of bounds. Darnold taking a shot, and so Jackson Smith-Njigba not able to come down with the ball, but he would have been short of the goal line. So maybe that's actually better. They probably would have been out of time. You got to go end zone now. You got about 2 shots to take. Darnold. Plenty of time, and he is throwing it out of bounds, so it's all or nothing here. Unless they get like 10 yards and out of bounds with about 1 or 2 seconds to go, this might be the final play of regulation. Will we see JSN? NFL's leading receiver. Darnold takes the shot. He goes to everybody, and it's broken up. No flags. I can't believe the Seahawks didn't win this game. And the Detroit Lions are going to walk away with the win here in Seattle, 34-27. Our final round 2 matchup features the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The Cardinals do have 3 timeouts, so it's not going to be easy to drain the clock, kick a game winner. They're going to need a first down, or maybe even 2, depending on when they get the first down. They'll start it with Kyren Williams, who will immediately get a first down. And now they might be thinking touchdown, because it looks like the Cardinals are going to get the ball regardless, as we hit the 2-minute warning. Got Devontae Adams in the backfield with Kyren Williams. He's out on a route. He hits him. Devontae Adams to the 6-yard line. He scored a bunch of touchdowns so far this season. A lot of 1-yarders, 2-yarders, 3-yarders. Let's see if he gets a 6-yarder right here. Rams burned a little bit of clock. They do get the first down, but they get the touchdown. I'm sure they would have rather Kyren Williams sit down and then kick a game winner at the end of this game, but the Rams take the touchdown nonetheless. And now we see if Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals can tie this game up and send it to overtime. The Seahawks just fell short of doing that in the last game we saw. Jacoby hitting Marvin Harrison Jr. past the 40, breaking a tackle. He's tackled at the 43. Cardinals do, I believe, have all 3 timeouts. They just used one right there. So 2 timeouts, down by 7 at about the 43-yard line. 1:09 to go. It's possible. We'll see if they can do it right here and force their way into the Elite 8, or will the Rams make their way to the Elite 8 as the NFC's top team right now. Michael Wilson makes the grab, and I think he did not get out of bounds. There's a timeout. 3 seconds remaining. 1 timeout. Shot to the end zone. Wide open is Dortch again. Greg Dortch, 3 straight plays, and the Cardinals have either tied this game if they want to go for the field goal, or they can go for 2. Let's see what they do. And the Cardinals will go for the lead. They don't get it. The Rams 100% move on. And let's see. Jacoby actually running for his life this time around. He might scramble for the 2. No, he's taken down short, and the Rams will just survive. The Los Angeles Rams, I actually forgot about the onside kick that the Cardinals could attempt. Looks like they didn't get it because the Rams are winning this game 14-13. So with 2 rounds down, we have officially made it to our Elite 8. So here's a look at that bracket before we jump into our games, which will begin with the Jaguars hosting the Bills. And to start off round number 3, the Elite 8, the Jaguars did not look very elite. They got shut out 17-0 by the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen will play in the AFC Championship. And our other AFC matchup, either the Bengals or the Ravens will meet the Bills in the AFC title game. Well, guys, I apologize. The first 2 games of the Elite 8, the AFC side of the bracket was terrible. I mean, the Ravens just blew out the Bengals too. We didn't have one close game on this side. Let's hope for a closer matchup between the Panthers and Eagles to kick off the NFC side. This Elite 8 is horrible. 35-16 Eagles. Come on, give me a 2-possession game at least in the Elite 8. I don't think there's a chance that the Rams versus the Lions will be a blowout. You got to be kidding me. 23-6 Lions. All 3 possession games or more in the Elite 8. The AFC and NFC Championship games better be way better. which begins with our AFC Championship game, the Bills and the Ravens. And I gotta say, as the Ravens are making their entrance right now, with all of the new awesome teams this year, like the Patriots, the Colts, the Broncos, just to name a few, I was really hoping for some new teams in the AFC Championship game, but of course, it's the Bills and Ravens. Now, we don't have the Chiefs, which is cool, because they've been in like the last 8 AFC Championship games, but I would have liked to see a newer team here in the Final Four. I am gonna super sim this one live as we get late into the game, and then we'll jump in, because I just want to see if it's a blowout again. Right now, the Ravens are starting off 17-3. The Bills better put up some sort of fight here. We're late in the third quarter. It's 20-6. The Bills are slowly coming back here. They make it a 4th and 9. The Ravens do punt, but the Bills are going way back. I think Josh Allen just took like 3 straight sacks. 3rd and 31, 4th and 15. They have to punt it. The defense for the Bills is playing good. They need offense, and they need it right now, and they can't get it. It's 1st and goal, Ravens. Oh my goodness, 27-8 Ravens. I think it's too little too late for the Buffalo Bills here. Yeah, Josh Allen is just going through it. The Ravens must have had like 10 sacks this game. We are again not going to get a close game in the AFC Championship. I can't believe that. Ravens are going to win it 34-22, and really it was closer in the scoreboard than it actually was in the game after checking out that super sim. But now we flip over to the NFC Championship between the Lions and Eagles. And for this game, once again, we are going to super sim it. And we are hoping for a close game. I mean, how could it not be? 6 straight blowouts would be ridiculous, and it's already starting off that way. 20-7 Eagles. Come on, Lions. At least make it competitive. I don't really care who wins, but just don't get blown out. It's 30-7. It's 30-13. Lions are coming back, but it's too little too late. It's 30-20. We didn't even jump in live for a single play in the championship games or in the Elite 8. The Super Bowl, we're jumping in to start the game. That's crazy how bad these games were, the last 6 of them. So here we go. Out of the AFC, the Ravens started horrible this season, but now find their way to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara to take on the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Can they go back to back? And for the Super Bowl, whenever I do these videos, we jump in live for the first offensive drive for both teams before simulating late into the game and checking out the key moments. And Saquon Barkley, some offense we are seeing for 41 yards. First play from scrimmage is a 41-yard Saquon Barkley run. That's what I like to see to start this off. Let's get 2 touchdowns back and forth before we skip through this game. Let's get a competitive Super Bowl, please. No more blowouts. Jalen Hurts gets buried on the next play. 2nd and 15 from the 47-yard line. Jalen Hurts hit as he throws, hits A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown close to the first down marker at the 39-yard line. And if this was real life, you know it's tush-push territory, 3rd and 1. But they don't have that in this game. They could go quarterback sneak, but it's not as good. So 3rd and 1 from the Ravens 39. It's going to be Barkley, and Barkley going to get stood up and losing 2 yards. I don't think the Eagles are going to go for this. Let's see if they go ahead and do that, though. 0-yard rush by Hurts. They actually do go for it, and they didn't get anything. So we flip over to the Ravens. So let's see what Lamar Jackson and the Ravens could do. The Eagles turn it over on downs, 4th and 3. They go for it. They don't try a field goal or a punt, and then Mark Andrews immediately makes them pay with Lamar to the 23-yard line of the Eagles. Now Lamar on a read option. He's going to run it, and Lamar's going to get a first. Lamar, play action to Derrick Henry. Lamar going to run. Lamar going to get in for the touchdown. Ravens strike first. And now that we watch both offensive drives to start the game, we're going to super sim this and hope the Ravens don't blow out the Eagles, man. You better make it a close game, Philadelphia. And I'm a Giants fan, but I do not want another blowout. Okay, 24-14. We're into the 4th quarter, and the Ravens are unstoppable. 31-21. Eagles, do they have any shot? 3.5 minutes to go. Just make it close. Got the 2-minute warning. We're going to jump in at this point and just see what happens. The 10-point game, 2-minute warning. Eagles have all 3 timeouts. They need a field goal and a touchdown. And they're getting close to field goal range. Let's see, Jalen Hurts all day to throw. He's actually going to step up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's not going to fumble. So they're in a field goal range. I would not have used the timeout if I was them, though. I would kick the field goal right now and try to get the ball back from the Ravens, then get the touchdown. But we'll see how they play this. At least we got a 2-possession game in the Super Bowl. At least it didn't end up in a blowout. And what was that throw? At least if the Eagles score, we'll have a 1-possession game in the Super Bowl. Something we haven't had in like the last 2 rounds. All day to throw for Hurts. That's because they're blocking the deep stuff. They're going to let them take Barkley for 4 yards all day. I'm curious to see what happens if they get the 4th down. They got to kick the 3. And then we'll see. They have 2 timeouts. They'll go for an onside, try to get the ball back. Let's see, though. Through the middle. Oh, my goodness. Dotson got rocked. And the Eagles are going to line up for a field goal to make it a 7-point game if Elliott is good from 49 yards out. Kick is up. Kick is good. We got a one-possession game. I can't be mad about that. Eagles claw their way back in this. Here's the onside kick attempt. They do have 2 timeouts, so it's not over if the Ravens recover. I'd love to see the Eagles get this, though, and make it interesting, and D-Hop gets it. That means the Ravens need 1 first down to end this game and be Super Bowl champions. But the Eagles can't stop them and get the ball back with like 50 seconds left. Ricard going to get the first carry instead of Derrick Henry. Going to pick up 4 yards. Sometimes Madden logic, though. They might pass the ball. And if they pass the ball and it's an incomplete pass to give the Eagles a free timeout, that would be a mistake. But let's see, 2nd and 6. It's got to be Derrick Henry or Lamar. It's Henry, and Derrick Henry has just called game. Super Bowl Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens have won the Super Bowl in this 32-team tournament, 31-24, and the Eagles do not go back-to-back. And congratulations to Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens for finally picking up a Super Bowl trophy for Lamar. That's going to do it for this video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.